Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. Gotta relax.
This is Earth Radio. And now here's human music.
Human music. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it.
Hello, ladies and gentlefish. Apologies for the slow start there. We've just been going over some things for France trip, Euro trip. Music could be good. Let's start with music. Apologies. We're listening to the adventure mix tonight, just to shake it up a little. If we get bored halfway through, we might swap back to the art stream music, but I don't know. See how we go. I should probably turn some lights on, shouldn't I? Here we go. I'll turn our little friends on in the background. I think we're gonna do a poll or something for naming them, because we've got our 3 here. We've got our little T-Rex Nightlight. We've got our awesome little owl here, and then we've got our Stegosaurus down the back, which is sort of hard to see if I could... there we go. There you can see. Yeah, so we're going to name them at some point. If anybody has a particular name that they think will work, we can workshop it or something. But I think I'm going to try and do a poll or a competition or something to name them, rather than just first come in. Just because I think that will get a better set of names. So, things that we have done. We have finished the art book. The children's book. So I'm just going to show you guys where we're at with that. Why is this? My canvas is rotated. Canvas. Reset canvas rotation. Perfect. Cool. Alright, everything is not now twisted slightly. I don't know how I did that. Catch me a Nuzleaf? Yeah, don't mind if I do. So we have this lovely, I forgot the name for it now. Starts with an R. Rosella. There we go. Thank you, Lizzie Bell, in the background there.
You're welcome.
Then we have a lovely sunflower. We have this lavender with bees. We have some lilies. We have a nice family, which I finally fixed up, and the faces aren't all horrifying anymore. Then we have another set, which is still kind of a little horrifying, but not as bad. So that's fixed up slightly. Then we have the nice tree with all the cockatoos in it. The daisy chain, the garden there, and then finally the roses. I am just now realizing that that my set of images here don't necessarily line up. So in this one, the garden here has no tree behind it and has the pagoda over the top, and then in this one there is nothing in front of the same tree, and then this one has the tree directly in front of the box garden with no pagoda there.
They could have multiple trees and multiple gardens.
They sure could.
No one's gonna notice.
It's a possibility.
Who's gonna notice? No one's gonna know.
It's for children. It's fine. Anyway, so that's all done, and we're not going to worry about that anymore. We're going to move over to doing a new artwork. I want this to be fairly detailed, so we're going to go A4 maybe. Mabs, mayhaps. We'll go A5. We'll make it a little bit smaller, and then we'll cram more detail into smaller area. The plan I have for this is we're going to turn this into a bit of an animation. Yeah, we're going to turn this into a bit of an animation, but we've got to start with putting in all the foundation and stuff first. We're going to try and do a little urban shaman character. Kind of hobo quest giver, if you will.
So you.
So me, essentially. So that's the general plan. I have no idea how I actually want to do this and structure this, so we're just kind of going to play around with things until it works. And then I'm probably also going to do, which we might open up a new image as well. Let's make it a little bit bigger so we've got more space to work with. But this one is just going to be play around. So I don't know exactly how I want to do this as an idea, but just sort of like figure work. Just because I haven't been doing a great job of it recently, so I should probably work on my figures. So it's not going to be anything too detailed, but basically the idea will just be like, hey, here's a person, here's a character. Let's see if we can sort of quickly sketch them out, and we're just going to see if we can get some like natural poses out of them. Might get some reference material, might not, but generally the idea is just going to be like, yeah, like person sort of thing, and we'll make it actually look good rather than whatever this monstrosity is. Yeah, that's what we're doing today. So we'll go back to this. We'll go back to this page over here, and we'll start working on some things. I hope everybody is having a good evening / morning / day / night. Pretty chatty at the moment, but I think it's probably going to get a lot quieter as the night sort of progresses on. My plan is to, chat if people are in the chat and want to chat. Otherwise, we're probably just going to sit and listen to music and do a bit of drawing. Lizzie Bell is pretty tired after a lot of work. So she's going to go to bed shortly, and I'll try and not be too loud and annoying.
I think I'll be able to sleep through anything.
But yeah, so that's sort of where we're at today, I think. Yeah, so we might have a bit of a quiet stream, or we might have a talkative stream. It depends on who's around and what's on and what's happening. I don't know if this is exactly how I want this. I sort of had envisioned the character like center of the image and then everything happening around them. I don't know if this is going to be enough space. We ordered our merch in today. It's apparently going to take like a month to get to me. It's coming from America. So it's something to keep in mind, I guess. That once I release it to the everyone's, if it's good enough, if the quality of the product is good enough, that it may take some time for the stuff to get to you. But I've ordered basically one of each design. In both hoodie and t-shirt, and I have a few different t-shirt options. So that way, people still get what they prefer out of their wear style. And then I'm probably gonna, like, if it works out and people are actually buying things, then we might expand into ladies specific cuts or men's specific cuts or whatever, and extra things, but at the moment we're just doing unisex, one size fits all kind of deals. All good. Do I want to rotate this canvas? No, I think we just offset the whole image by moving it down. That's it. That's the trick. There we go. That's a little better. Maybe moving it up ever so slightly more. Rule of thirds. So that we're kind of standing above this character looking down towards them. I think we do much smaller bricks. Is the trick here. Let's get rid of all of this. And we'll try again. It's going to be in the background anyway, so we might jump to the second layer. Or make a whole bunch of extra layers. So this is just a rough guide. Actually, no, fuck it. We'll just do it on this layer and then guide it in afterwards. Because this is just the rough plan. This isn't the actual thing. But yeah, the idea I had with animating this was it was going to be like this character kind of just like sat down, not really doing much, whilst all the kind of spirits of the area, you know, responding to this figure, sort of going crazy behind or around them. And it would be a short-ish animation, I guess? A few minutes, maybe. Of just like, you know, the pattern of the brickwork behind them changing and shifting, and like the ground itself moving, and then like little spirits and creatures and stuff moving through. Because I've always had this sort of interesting idea of, which has been done before. I've seen it, like books and stuff of it, and comics. I haven't actually interacted with a whole lot of them, so there's not a lot out there, but there are a few sort of people who have come up with this idea before. And sort of the concept is like the druid or the shaman who like now lives in the city, and you know, their ancestors once interacted with all of the spirits in this same area, or all of the spirits in whatever their area they're from, and so this person can still interact with those spirits because they, you know, by blood or by initiation or whatever it is. But those nature spirits are not there anymore, or they're there but very muted, because there's not as much nature going on. And so instead, it's a lot of like the spirits of what once was nature. So like the spirits of, a good example would be like the spirits of, what would be a good example? Spirits of stones in bricks. You get that stone from somewhere, and it has to be like, worked, and it gets sort of changed its shape, but is essentially still the same stones that once existed there. And so those stones have, you know, a spirit in them, a spirit energy. And so then the question is like, what happens to that spirit when it's sort of forced into this brick shape and then becomes a building, and how would that change, you know, how the spirit feels about things, and how the spirit feels about humans, and all that kind of stuff. The sort of idea I had or have heard, the combinations of the two, it's sort of hard to say, like, what is your original idea, what is other people's idea influencing the idea you have. So I don't want to take full credit for this, because I know it is definitely not my idea solely. But a lot of the ideas that I've come up with for it, I think are mine. I'm pretty sure are my own original ideas. Because I had this idea back in, like, high school. And I definitely never interacted with that sort of media prior to this point. Like, I've read books and stuff, but nothing about this kind of topic. So I did sort of have the idea already myself, but it's, whether it's been influenced by things I've seen and heard and etc, etc. Hey, Cranidos. But anyway, the sort of the idea I had was like, all of these creatures, or spirits, all these spirits, are probably more likely to be like a little bit more hostile to things, like short-tempered. Maybe they have like weird sort of expectations or rituals or things just from like being around humans too long. Where previously like the natural world sort of kept a balance with humanity and acted as kind of the marker for like how humans should try and be, the kind of that idea of like flowing like the river and like being content like animals, and also then like, you know, struggling, fighting for survival and all that kind of stuff. There's an aspect of like spiritualism that exists in that. And the sort of the counterpoint to that would be if you are divorced from that, which is an actual thing in sort of mental health terms. If you spend too much time in a concrete jungle, you can like start to misplace your like grounding, your expectations, your morality, like all these things start to sort of have weird flow-on effects that you might not have previously expected, mainly because like you're not in touch with the natural, I don't know, elemental passage that you had previously been. And I thought it was an interesting concept that like, what about all of the things that were natural that we have then forced to be unnatural? Asphalt, for example, or metals. You know, we in the past have like created technologies that, you know, separated from nature but still kind of connected to it, like weapons for hunting and tools for, you know, survival that would still be used in their natural environments. And then what happens when, you know, that metal then gets turned into a skyscraper, which is so devoid from its sort of natural element and natural process and, you know, what it's trying to do with the world. Does it then change? Does it then get very unhappy? You know, how does that change what the spirit is or what it does? And so I had this idea of like, you know, the asphalt being like grumpy all the time, and then like traffic lights being like these hyper protective, possessive sort of spirits, like constantly wanting to provide light and protection, but then at the same time being like very possessive and jealous. Or the idea of like electronics as being like the sort of the wise spirits, the wisdom keepers, but everything has to be at their speed. Everything is supercharged and super quick, and like ADHD sort of mindset. They can't keep still. They can't think in the sort of slow measures that we do. And to try and talk to one of them would be like trying to keep up with someone who is like on serious amounts of drugs. Just in that, like, you know, you couldn't possibly keep up with the thought process. So trying to discern any kind of information out of what they're telling you is like an entirely uphill battle. But what would happen if that's how you talked to the world? Like, if that's what you had to constantly interact with, and you didn't really have a choice. Because that's the other thing about, like, shamans and mystics and spiritual people and stuff, is often the discussion is sort of misses the idea that a lot of these people kind of are mentally ill to some capacity, but, like, in a sense that, like, they can't turn this off. They can't turn the seeing spirits or seeing or hearing, you know, things talking. That it always happens. The brain is always on. And if every time you come to a computer or a, you know, a road, it starts yelling at you, you would kind of seem a little mad to most people, because, like, how do you interact with that society? How do you interact with the world if everything is constantly trying to tell you things? You can't keep up with what I'm thinking right now? Yeah, exactly. But while you can't keep up with yourself, that's a difficult thing. But if you couldn't keep up with someone that, like, I guess it's sort of a very similar concept of, like, if you can't keep up with what you're thinking yourself, then how can you focus on anything long enough to get information out of it or trying to, you know, fulfill a task? In the same way that if you needed to use a computer, and the only way you could use a computer was by talking to it, and it couldn't slow down enough to focus, and you couldn't speed yourself up enough to get it to do the thing you needed it to do. Which, yeah, I guess, now that I'm thinking about it, is very, ADHD mind. Oh, I've got messages. Apologies. But yeah, so that's sort of the concept or the idea I had for this little character that we're going to play around with. Yeah, sort of modelled after me and after a few other people that we've interacted with in our various different questing adventures. Yeah, so I don't know how much I want to make this, like, just straight up me, versus, I don't know, something a little bit more, in between. I don't want to do too many self-inserts. Someone said something about that once. If all your art is self-inserts, then are you making art for other people, or are you just making art for you? Which, you know, is that a bad thing, to make art just for you? But also, I do kind of want to make art for other people as well, so. But it's hard to say. Hard to know. Alright, so that's a rough, very rough sort of image of what we're going to go with here. What is with this head? And then the idea I had for the animation was like all of these brick patterns behind the character is going to like shift and move. Maybe I want to make them smaller. The idea I had was like the brick pattern would move. So like the bricks themselves would sort of shift out one by one in a kind of pattern and make like shapes and images and things, and that was kind of like representing the spirits moving through the space, and then have just like wisps of things laid over the top that would like sort of crest around, and then like the ground sort of shaking and rumbling and these sorts of things. Is a sort of general concept. Yeah. But anyway, we'll play around with this for now, and then we'll see how we go. I think the ones up here are a little big. Sort of if they like this sized up here, because I'm pretty sure they are significantly different sizes. Let's just take one of these. Copy, paste. Yeah, that's it. Not. Yeah, some of them aren't too far off. Maybe I should have done it this way. Alright, let's, that's right. Okay, it stops like there, almost immediately. We might have to redo these. I did think once I got to like the third layer, I was like, I'm leaving a little bit more of a gap here. So let's... we can fix it up in the next one, I think. I didn't do perfect lines, like on a grid. Because I don't want them to be perfect necessarily. But they should be approximately the same size at least. So maybe we'll maybe what we might actually do is it'll take so long though. I was thinking of just like copying and pasting. I could do a row. I could do a row at the top. And then I'll just copy and paste that row. That makes more sense. Maybe we'll do that. And then I had some other ideas of things. Spirits of animals that are... you know, lost to the... lost to the world here. So, you know, like foxes and rats and rabbits and stuff, just like things that live in urban areas. And the idea sort of being that like these creatures would have spirits, especially ones that have died. And, you know, how would they feel about humanity in general? How does the pigeon feel about humans? We're a great food source, but we're also very annoying. We get in the way a lot. But if that's all you knew, and then we get into the like the spiritualism of the whole thing of like can these spirits have an understanding of the universe from their ancestors and things like genetic memories and All sorts of fun things like that. Do I want him to be sort of this over-the-top shamany? I think I do. I think I want him to look like a little crazy. We're going to have the staff hiding in the background here. Panpaw. I don't think I need a panpaw. I was never particularly intrigued by, you know, the... What would they be? The cook trio? Panpaw, Pansage, Panseer. They just seemed like slightly worse versions of, like, the EVs or whatever. Not that the EVs were ever great, but... yeah. So I think we're going to probably keep everything black and white except for, like, the spirits. Sort of the idea with that being that like they're the color of the world. They're the magic of things. This song always reminds me of Book of Travels, and I am pleased to announce that the Book of Travels is having some quite significant updates coming up. They've re-released a beta version of the platform for the game, so that they can then move towards making it significantly better, which is awesome, because as much as I loved that game, and still do, I think it's an awesome sort of concept as a game, and would happily continue and have continued playing it. It was lacking a bit of content, and it was lacking the support required to continue the game sort of long term. So thankfully they are working on that now. They are a very small studio, so they've sort of already apologized and then been like, but also, you know, it is what it is, deal with it kind of thing, which, you know, kind of does rub you the wrong way a little, but I have to accept it a bit, I guess. So I'm going with a more relaxed look, I think. Here. Kind of the general feel. There we go. But yeah, so I want all this to be pretty much black and white. So I'll play around with this a little. think I need to move this head slightly. Just to center it a little. There we go. Again, this does not have to be perfect because we are going to be redoing all of the layering here, but I just want to get as much of the feel and detail down as possible, because that will make it much easier afterwards, and we can sort of just copy and paste and steal some bits. Should be good. That's looking a little better. Yeah, I hope everybody has been having a good time with things. If you have had anything in particular happening recently that you want to chat about, do let me know. I know there's been a lot going on in the world. Try not to have too many controversial topics tonight, but if there's anything in particular you want to chat about, please do let me know. I don't know if I want to put like a beanie on this guy's head or something. Chat about mead making and your passion for it. Okay. In and out of the room cooking pies so you won't catch most of it. That's fair. So mead making is pretty awesome. I'm gonna be honest, like, mead isn't my favorite alcoholic beverage, but it's up there. It's pretty good. If you make a particularly good mead, I enjoy it. And so I homebrew my own mead. I ferment my own honey. So we get some nice honey. We have some local honeys that we get, and then we also have a nice brand that we prefer from the shops, the Sharpes, which is a good, just, standard honey brand. I don't know if standard's the right word for it necessarily. It's a good high quality honey brand. So it's a little bit more expensive, but I think it makes the mead taste better. So there's that, because you can just make like sweet wash, which is just like sugar fermented, but it doesn't taste good. It's the equivalent of like making Everclear, essentially. If you don't know what Everclear is like hyper distilled grain wash. It's essentially like if you took vodka to its logical conclusion and then ruined it by like taking all of the taste out of it, and just destroying everything in it, essentially. Yeah, so that's the thing. I think I will give him a hoodie. I was sort of umming and ahhing, but it makes more sense for this character to have like layering. It's cold out. Hey, listen, why are my audio alerts not working? Let's see why that is. What are you working on? I believe what you're working on is you showing off your stuff, not me. Does this Oh no, asked me to showcase my latest art. So we were working on this recently, which is the children's art book. So we have got these pages done. There are 10 in total, which we have finished. So we've got this lovely rosella, then we have the sunflower, which I think is actually really nice. This is probably going to become a merch item. Then we've got the lavender with the bees, which is great. That one is also probably going to become merch stuff. We've got the lilies, which potentially might. I like this one, but I'm not sure it's the strongest visually. It's great for this. I'm just not sure that it works sort of on a t-shirt or something. Then we've got the family there, which looks really good. I fixed up the faces, I fixed up the background a bit, so it's looking much nicer. Then we have the two children playing, which is good. I didn't fix too much up of that. I might still go and fix up the face, but I think I'm just happy and leaving it now, but we'll see how we go. Then we've got the cockatoos in the tree. We've got the daisy chain. We've got this garden bed here, which is looking quite nice and working out quite nicely. It's sort of an amalgamation of the images that we had before. So we've got the daisies, the lavenders, that sunflower, and the lilies there. And then the last one is the roses, which worked quite nicely. I like these three designs for roses. They're sort of different. They're each different as a design, and I think they all work quite nicely. So yeah, that's something we have been working on recently. So yep, saved. And then we've also just been playing around with this. So why don't we? Let's back to this layer. Oh no, we're not rubbing out. What do we want to do? Think a pose. Let's do the think a pose. I always forget what the think a pose is. It's like this. Sat with these. I'm gonna have to look at it again just so that I can work out what it actually is. I'm butchering this. Maybe I should just start with wireframes. This is how they teach you to draw in art school. Start with wireframes of everything. And that gives you the basic structure of things, and you can do flow arcs so that you can know which way the body's supposed to be going. Anyway, we're just going to keep playing around with that. So that's the thing we're working on. Oh, this guy looks fucking ragged. Look at that face. Meh. Sorry, I was doing the here we go, sound alerts. Interesting. Something may have happened with my sound alerts. Let's quickly jump to my channel. I think I know what it is. I had to reset my password, so it's probably confused. Open that up in new ding. configure, authorize. Catch a drippy? Yeah, I will. Pokey catch. Okay, so now we're logged back in. We've got the extension open. And we want to play something. Let's do Blessing from the Gods. Perfect. Perfect. Alright, there we go. Fixed it. Apologies, Cog. Oh, apparently I recently ran an ad. Didn't even know. Okay, so we're gonna clean this up a little. I know I'm putting a lot of detail into this, and it's like probably not actually going to be used, but this is sort of how we work. So just bear with me. Ah, now I remember, it's the art showcase. That's the one where you show off your own art. I was like, why am I being prompted to show off my art? But that's what it is. I'm thinking of a different redemption. Thinking of an entirely different redemption. It's very dramatic music, isn't it? Here's a hint for people doing well, anything really, any sort of art really. But if you're working in like portraiture or working in working in trying to make something a little bit more realistic. Not necessarily if you're going for like photorealism, but just like any sort of slightly more realistic thing that you're trying to make. The harder your lines are, and the starker your contrast is, often the less real something looks. Especially if it's in comparison to things that are quite sort of soft to begin with. So you'll notice I put these harder lines in for the nose, and now it doesn't look as good as it did before. We can fix that, and I'm going to. Because actually what it just needs is some shading to sort of soften that contrast. But that's a tendency people sort of have with these kinds of things, is they want to go in and put in the outline or put in the hard line for sections of their image, and then it actually sort of starts to make it look almost more cartoony, just because reality isn't cell shaded. So things are not like super clearly defined that way. Make his beard a little more peppery, a little bit more like mine. Slightly based on me. Slightly. Also based on a couple of other figures that we know, a couple of other people that we know. The person who originally sent me on my questing. Oh, the puppies are here snoring next to me. Oh, TR, did I wake you up? Because I was laughing at you. It's looking pretty good. I think what we do now is actually bulk out this body a little. Or we move the head down. Maybe we move the head down a little. A very long neck there. So there's the sort of the hoodie deal. awesome Pokemon remixes here. Started rewatching Game of Thrones, just sort of on a whim. But now I'm faced with the dilemma whether or not I watch the entire thing, or whether or not I like stop before the end. I was mainly rewatching it because it's like, it's been so long since the very start of it, like the very first season, that I like barely remember what had happened in the first one. Like I remember really enjoying it, but I didn't remember like specifically what happened in each of the things. I knew the sort of the rough arc of the characters and things like that. And rewatching it, I was like, oh yeah, I remember this scene, I remember this scene, I remember this bit. So like, clearly did remember it, but I just couldn't like picture in my mind things that were happening and, you know, what order they happened in. That kind of stuff. So I was like, oh, you know, I really should go back and give it another go, because it's a, you know, good series. But yeah, now I'm at the point of like, okay, if I'm investing the time in rewatching this because it's 8 seasons long, do I watch it to completion? And if I watch it to completion, like, how do I feel? How do I feel about you know, how the story ends and stuff? Because I'm kind of in two minds about it. Like, it's not the story that George R.R. Martin wrote, because the book isn't out yet. He's not finished it. So that story doesn't actually exist. So it's not like I can compare it to like, oh, what it should have been kind of thing. But then also, like, it's pretty universally accepted that it wasn't good. And so, you know, how do you reconcile that? So that's what I'll be contending with, I guess, for the next few weeks as I try and figure it out. Or what's more likely to happen, and this happens quite a lot, is like, I'm like, oh, I should really rewatch this series, or oh, I should really rewatch this thing, and then I never actually finish it. Like, I watch the first... Oh, hand door. Yes, I will have a hand door. I have a soft spot for fire Pokemon. Is a Great Ball one word or 2 words? Let's try it with both. Just to be sure. To be sure, to be sure. Yeah, what usually ends up happening is, like, I'll start a series again, or I'll start a movie again or whatever, and I'll, you know, get part way through. Usually it's about halfway, and then I just can't be bothered finishing it. So I'll just give up and, like, half watch a thing. Which is really bad. I should stop doing that. Mainly because I don't want to. I would like to finish the things. But I am also mindful that, like, it's not really giving them a fair go. And I should stop just sort of starting new things and never finishing them. There was a video I was watching recently. Hey, I got it. There was a video I was watching recently, which was basically going over, like, why starting new things and then giving up on them is not a bad thing, and we need to, like, change our mindset of it. And I agree to some degree. Like, especially things like art projects and stuff. Like, you've got to experiment. You got to try things. Not finishing something is not a failure, but if it's just that you didn't complete it because you lacked the motivation and the persistence to do it, you should really work on trying to, like, self-motivate and persist in things, because, you know, doing the thing and getting better at the thing is important as well. But also, you shouldn't make yourself feel awful if you don't manage to finish the thing, which I think was what the point of the video was. Yeah, I don't know. It was just an aspect of me was like, yeah, but if I don't finish the thing, like, I don't feel ashamed for not having finished something. But I just kind of, like, I keep seeing it there, not finished, and I'm like, I should do that, and then I don't. This is quickly just becoming my line art now, I've noticed. After saying I wouldn't do that. I mean, I still might not. I might just, like, copy sections of this, which is fine. That's not an issue. I just noticed I was spending a lot of time on cleaning this up. And if it's not going to be the line art layout, then it's sort of a waste of time. Alright, he's looking a little bit more like a real human, which is good. Ugh. Hands, fingers are always so difficult. Ugh. I know it's, like, a common thing to be like, oh, they're so hard and blah blah blah, but, like, legitimately, fucking hands and fingers, man. Part of me wants to do this little animation as a way to, like, have something I can chuck up on screen while I go and do, like, go to the toilet or something. We're also going to be doing real fake ads. Real fake ads will be coming, so that'll be another thing I can chuck up on the screen. But I wanted art things specifically. examples of my art, just so that I can be like, you know, a raid comes in, and just while I like, you know, explain who I am, and then sort of be like, hey, and here is an example of the kind of stuff I do. If you enjoy that, you know, give me a follow or whatever. Because I think that's kind of what I'm lacking at the moment. I did have a little slideshow that went up in the top corner. No, that's that top corner over there. For my traditional art, which I might, you know, bring back and put in here or something. But the resolution's all off, and there's like quite significant artifacting on it, and I wasn't particularly happy with it. And I'm trying to do this properly. I'm trying to like. You know, with the merch release and the everything. I'm trying to make the stream thing a proper thing, a proper job. If I can do this full time, that'd be fucking amazing. I think I would still want to do tattooing, because that's sort of at the moment, that's like one of the ultimate goals, is like become a tattoo artist. But another like really high goal for me would be like become an artist in a way that allows me to do that full time as my job, which is sort of what being a tattoo artist is. That's why I sort of envision enjoying it. There is also an aspect of like, I like tattoos. Tattoos are really cool as a concept to me. But then also, there's a part of it is also, let's just save this. Part of it is also just, I want to do art for a living. Like I want to make my art, and that be my job. What are we calling it? Urban Druid, call it. There is a thing about, there's a weird thing about the term shaman that some people don't like. Not that they don't like shamans, the concept of shaman, but me as a European white man, I get a little uncomfortable with me using that term, which is kind of ironic because, you know, there are definitely European shaman, but hello, Bobby. How you doing? Where is it?
Hello there.
Hello there. How you doing? What you been up to? We're drawing this homeless dude, who will eventually become a slightly more interesting character. But at the moment, he just looks like a homeless dude, which I kind of think is funny. But yeah, what you been up to? What's the haps? What's the go? I want to draw these like boots kind of thing. I don't exactly know how to draw this, but like that might be it. If I draw it up the ankle, that might help. Maybe you can help me with my Game of Thrones dilemma. I've started rewatching Game of Thrones, and I'm wondering whether or not I watch it all the way to the end or not. If I watch all 8 seasons, I think there's 8 seasons, or whether I stop at 6 or 7, and just go, nope, that's where the story ends for now, and then wait for the next book to come out. Hey. Oh, is there a fairly significant delay? Because you've only just said hey. So I dropped out for a moment. Okay, no, that's all good. Had me worried there for a minute. One of the other fellow streamy people that we know, Hex. She was streaming art a little while ago. A couple of weeks now. And her delay was like 15 minutes, and at the worst it was like 30 minutes. And she just couldn't work out what it was. Why everything was like so slow. But no, that's good. It seems like I'm not delayed that badly. So I will stop stressing. Realized I had to do something and came back. Oh no, all good. That's bad. Yeah, it is. It's particularly bad because, like, then how do people interact with you on your channel? I raided into her when it was happening, when it was that bad, and like it took like 15 minutes for the actual raid to go through for her. So she was like replying to everything super late, and I was like, oh, just, you know, at that point, do you stop streaming, or how do you salvage that? There's you. No delays on my end. Cool. Yeah, how you been? What have you been up to? Oh, little wiggle bee. I need to do another animated bee. Ooh, what have I done? Oh no, I've done something. Oh shit, no. What have I done? Oh no, I've hidden everything. Fuck. No. Oh no. I don't know what I've done. I don't know how to get out of this. I pressed the button. Fuck. Oh, shit. No. Okay, it's something here. Nope. That is not what I want to function. No, turn off function. Oh no. Oh no. I have done a silly. And I don't know how to undo it. Shit. Oh no. What did I do? What did I do? I hid the taskbar, I think. Sorry everybody. I've done a stupid. Autosave, I can always restart. Yeah. Is it Control S to save? Yes. I don't actually need this one, so we'll close that. And then we close everything else. Alt F4. Okay, that seems fine. That looks like it's working. That seems fine. It looks like it's working. Let's reopen Critter and hope that it doesn't save whatever I did to it. Okay, art stream. cool. Perfect. Thanks, Barbie. You saved the stream. Quick catch. Great ball. Let's see if this works. Oh. Yeah, I accidentally got rid of all the toolbars and things. Yeah, so how you been? What have you been up to? Just been working, I assume. My assumption. Preparing for your drinks and that is not what I wanted to do. Bugger. I'm gonna close this and reopen it. I thought I was erasing rather than drawing in white, because I don't actually want to draw in white. I want this to be aliased. So we've got black there, and we're removing. There we go. Okay, perfect. Good things happened. And you also have shit to tell me. Holy heck. Okay. You have a new job. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. Where's your new job? What you doing? Spill the goss. Spill the beans. Those beanaroos. You're working in a new studio. Very nice, very nice. Doing similar sorts of things as you were before. Is that the general plan? Different and the same. Okay, cool. Interesting. I like it. I like it. So much to tell me off stream? Yeah, okay. We'll have to find a time to have a chat, I think. I don't know when you're busy. I guess it's sort of, yeah. When you're not busy, let me know, and because I can. You also want to charge your phone so that you can chat. Oh, adorable. Appreciate it. Oh. So, Fridays nights are good for chats. Because we usually do drinkers nights. Or like early evening afternoons are pretty good. Usually, although they won't be tomorrow, just because Lizzie Bell's got work, so she'll be napping. But yeah, weekdays are usually pretty decent. You go on a Melbourne trip next month for business. Ooh, interesting. That's pretty awesome. You could hit up the Melbourne folk and hang out with some of them if you wanted. Show you around town. I'm sure they'd enjoy that. It's a very short trip. That's fair enough. We've got to take you to Fortress next time we're down. It's this like gaming D&D bar. It's a nerd bar essentially, in Melbourne City. And it's fucking awesome. I want to take everybody there. Too busy to catch up with the folks? Yeah, that's fair. Hell yeah, definitely our type of bar. So yeah, I'm gonna take all the peeps there at some point. Everybody's gonna have to come with me. Hydration! Ho-ah? I'm not an aho. Are you sure I'm not an aho? How am I feeling? I'm pretty good. I'm still a bit tired. Still a bit fatigued. From the flu-y viral thing that I had that wasn't COVID. But I'm recovering, which is good. We're slowly getting there. So I'm not too worried. Okay, I could be. Could be an aho. Seriously, I had something similar a few weeks ago. Not covered, but the shitty viral thing. Yeah, it's definitely been going around. There's been lots of people having, like, similar sort of awful, like, viral infections. Sort of flu-esque, but probably not the flu. I reckon mine was probably not the flu, but it's hard to tell. Hard to know. But it was definitely something similar to that. And it just fucking wrecked me for, you know, like 2.5 weeks. And I'm still not, like, fully recovered. School's back this week, and I'm glad that I'm not in yet, just because I'm still not quite all there yet. Yeah, but I'm on the mend. Glad you're on the mend as well. Do I know when I'll go back? I don't. Like, it could be tomorrow if they call me up. It could be. I would like it to not be tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know if they called me and asked. I don't know. I'd probably say yes, just because, you know, we kind of need the money. But I don't know, I'd be hesitant with it. Just because I'm really tired, and that's a lot of work. I know it's I know it's me sort of complaining, given what a lot of other people go through, but yeah, trying to look after myself. Try not to compare myself too much to other people. My struggles are valid, or some bullshit. You felt bad too? You went back a little, still not fully yourself from weeks ago. Had the same thoughts. Yeah, just getting better first is important. I think as well, also, like, just being like, you know, unless it's absolutely necessary, don't fall into that trap. Is this Dark Law? No, it's not. I'll swap over anyway. Yeah, because, like, not comparing yourself to others is important, and, you know, just recognizing that, you know, you can move at your own speed, and unless you're literally starving, like, you don't have to work as hard. You know, the company will be fine. And it's not like they treat you amazingly, or most people amazingly. It's very rare to have a job where you, like, actually get treated well. So, yeah, I try not to beat myself up over it. Save the work, thank you very much. Yeah, go at your own pace, exactly. Yeah, I was talking to before about, there was a video I was watching of someone being like, don't feel bad if you, like, don't finish something. So if you, like, start a thing and then don't finish it. And I was sort of jokingly saying it about, Game of Thrones, because I've restarted the series. But the idea of, like, making an artwork or starting a new art project or a new job or whatever, new career path, and then dropping it, and that, like, we've been conditioned by society a lot to sort of see that as a failing. And I do think there's an aspect of, like, perseverance is important in life, and you should try and finish the things if you have the motivation to do so. Because you will benefit, you'll gain from it. But I do think there's also an aspect of, like, there are some things that you should probably just let go of that are fine to not finish. And you shouldn't stress about not finishing them. Like, I have a whole bunch of half-finished artworks or half-finished art projects that never went anywhere. And that's fine. Like, I don't stress about them. I might get back to them one day. And there's, like, jobs that I had considered doing that, you know, that the idea for it never went anywhere. I never actually went out of my way to try and, you know, get that job. But there is an aspect of, like, yeah, you should probably try and motivate yourself a little to get some things done. So I don't know, I was just sort of, like, mulling it over in my head, like, how far do we take that idea? Sometimes we don't always finish those things. You failed so many times at things, but you go through it for the next things. Even the ones I didn't go through with. Okay. So I'm still trying to become a tattoo artist. That's one. But there's definitely been times, like, I have committed myself as much as I'm willing to commit myself at the moment, at least, to becoming a tattoo artist. I've made a portfolio. I've talked to various different tattoo studios to try and get an apprenticeship. I'm still looking. I'm still working on that. I'm still working on my portfolio. I bought a little crappy machine which I practice on fake skin. So I'm all still doing all of that stuff. So I haven't given up on it at all. But there are times when I'm like, okay, I could have been trying significantly harder. and like people online talk about like, you know, paying your dues and doing the hustle and like turning up to a shop every single day and just bugging them until you get an apprenticeship. I don't think I want to live that life. I don't want to be a tattoo artist that badly. Like, I don't want to be a tattoo artist so much that like all I do every day is just draw tattoo designs. And there'll be people will be like, you know, then you don't want it badly enough. And like, yeah, kind of, sure, to a degree. But I don't think everybody needs to, you know, want things that badly. But I still definitely want to be a tattoo artist. I'm still going to become a tattoo artist. I'm still going to try hard to become a tattoo artist eventually. But I just won't burn myself out to get to that. And it's not going to be my everything kind of stuff. Yeah, doing it your own way kind of thing. So then, like I was going to be a commercial artist at one point. I was going to be a teacher at one point. I considered being a mortician, and sort of looked into how one goes about that for a little while. To work in a morgue and work with like dead bodies and internment and stuff. You want my things badly. Hey, Cog. Wink wonk. Oh my. You know someone who is a mortician? He who fears death? I don't fear death. I have no issue with death. My issue is with ghosts living in my house. That's my issue. Yeah, morticians are interesting folk. But I considered for a little while becoming a mortician. That never went anywhere. That one I really didn't try. I put very little effort into that one. I think sort of fairly. Because it was sort of a passing concept of like, okay, well, what do I want to do with my life? And I was like, well, you know, it sort of makes sense a little bit, you know, given who I am and where I am in my life, that you know, becoming a mortician maybe makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, it didn't get any further than just like the conceptual basis of like, yeah, that's a thing I could do. Various different sciences, but I was never going to go back to university to study them so that I could get good enough to go and be a scientist. Because like I'd be a marine biologist or a chemist or something. I think I'd do quite well in those jobs. But I'm passionate, but I'm not that passionate to make it my everything. And if it's gonna just be a job, then like it sort of needs to be a job that I'd be willing to do every day. I wanted to be a gallery curator for a while. That was a thing. Could still be one day. But there's a lot of work in it, and there's a lot less, like, art in it. It's a lot more just, like, admin shit. I found out. And that's sort of not really what I want to do. So, yeah, a lot of these concepts were like, oh yeah, that's a thing I might like doing, and then I found out what was actually involved in it, and I was like, yeah, I don't think I can be bothered. know what my weird job thing just thought if I never was an artist. You could see me in another life. Do sound similar to my theory in science too, yeah. For you it was working with eyes, interesting. Like Specsavory optometry kind of deal? Or like, or like actual surgical optometry. Okay, yeah. Yeah, that'd be a lot of effort, but very cool. Eyes are cool. Do love eyes. Alright, this guy's looking pretty good. Pretty good. This reminds me of Batman. The old school Batman. Not the Adam West Batman, but like the... Who was it? Who was that Batman? I'm trying to remember. The music is epic, by the way. Yes, it is. You know someone who is an eye surgeon? Cool, cool. Same deal. You wouldn't have what it takes to study at uni. Yeah. You also had a theory of running an art gallery, giving opportunities to artists. Yes, Michael Keating. There you go. Yeah. The nipple armor Batman is the one I'm thinking of. People who have seen it will know. One of your favorite Batman. He was a pretty good Batman, gotta say. Yes, the nips. What was I saying? I was going to say something. Yeah, I have always wanted to sort of own and run an art gallery, and I think further down the line, when I am sort of much more established in my life, I am going to own a like gallery studio, so like a tattoo studio. Or an art studio that is also a gallery and also a something else. Nipple talk. But yeah, I think that would be awesome to like be able to help other artists showcase their stuff and you know, have a place to develop, you know, their chops, their things that they do. That would be pretty cool. I don't know when. This is sort of a mini announcement. Don't know why this suddenly prompted it, but I have bought the game Stray, the kiddie game, which is freaking adorable. I've seen a few people playing it on Twitch already. and yeah, my plan is to play it on stream with Lizzie Bell around, because I think she would really enjoy it. Either that or get Lizzie Bell herself to play it. So if you're keen to see that, do let me know, and I'll try and find a time to stream it that works for more people. Yeah, I do just think it's going to be an awesome game. For those who don't know what Stray is, basically, I think the premise of it, basically you're a stray cat with like a drone attached to you, and sort of the concept of it is like you're an intelligent cat in a world full of like robots, and you've got to like work out what happened to humanity or something. There's something, but the gameplay that I've been watching has been particularly interesting. I've tried not to watch too much or pay too much attention to it, so that I don't spoil the storyline for myself, because I think that's going to be a big thing in this game, of like the story is important. So I'm trying not to ruin that for myself by watching other people play it. So it's going to be a fresh thing when I go into it. So yeah, if you're keen to see that, do let me know when you would be able to catch the stream. Alternatively, it will be on the VOD, so you can watch the VOD, or I'll put it up on YouTube afterwards. I will actually start putting things on YouTube. I do have one video, a time lapse of one of my artworks from my stream up there. So if you're keen to see what that looks like, you can go and check it out. It is the New World Artist on YouTube. I'm pretty sure it's just the New World Artist with spaces, but I will find out for y'all. Yeah, it appears to just be the New World Artist with spaces. I'll see if I can type in the search. The New World Artist. It should come up with my name. Apparently not. Let's try imposition time lapse. That should come up. There it is. So here's my YouTube channel, by the was. Let's stream imposition. I mean, we can actually, ironically, we can actually watch it. So let's do that. I'll turn the music off for a second, because it is just a time lapse of me with music. Here we go. So that's just the stream starting. And then this is it. So it is literally just the stream. Oh, Louis here. I'll probably turn this down a little bit. There we go. So it is literally just the stream of me making this artwork, sped up as a time lapse. It goes for about 20 minutes, so, you know, you can put it on the background if you want to watch it. Or you could watch me doing it in stream and listen to me actually talking. But yeah, so that's a thing. That's a thing that I did. Actually, while it's up, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. So enjoy a time lapse of me making art. Be right back. I'm back. So that's the art stream there. Where is the? I go right to the end.
Now here's human music.
There you go. That's the finished artwork. So yeah, that's the time lapse. Good timing. Okay, random doodle. I have to do a random doodle. There are some lovely streamy friend peoples. So if you want to check out, let's save this. Yeah, if you want to check out some other awesome artists. Your cat is so loud right now. Both my puppies are just sleeping and snoring over here. I think I can... There they are. Chilling on the couch. He's the vocal boy. Yeah. Oh, miss you too. It's a shame that we live so far away. Oh, music. I wondered why it was suddenly so quiet. There we go. Do you like where this is going? Very good. think I need to move. Here we go. This will fix it. I need to move this kitty. There-ish. And then I need to move the whole image over slightly. There we go. That works a little better. Da, 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 da. You finished watching Obi-Wan, very nice. Do I have a favorite artist at the moment? My favorite artist is still probably Takashi Murakami. I really like a lot about what he is about as an artist and how he sort of pushes the boundaries of things, and some of his works are a little weird, but I really enjoy that, like, he blends sort of high and low art, and I really like that it's not always like a clear-cut thing with him. Like, you can't always just be like, oh yeah, I know what kind of art it... Like, if you're going to go to an exhibition of his, you sort of can't be like, oh yeah, I know exactly what it's going to be like. You have a general gist of what it probably will be like, but you would never have like a perfect, like, yes, it will be this. And I kind of like that about him. So his stuff, I'd say, probably would be up there as my favorite. I really like Ad Reinhardt's Black Squares. Is another one of my favorite artists. It's a little bit of the hipster contrarian type thing of, like, I really like the story of his art. So where with Takashi Murakami, I like enjoy the artworks as much as I enjoy sort of the concept that's being played with. With Ad Reinhardt, it's all concept, and that's one of the things I like about it so much, and that, like, so many people just don't understand it. So I like that, but they're not at all aesthetically pleasing. It's like literally just black squares. And yes, there is more to it than that, but like, it's sort of is just a bit redundant when you look at it. But yeah, he would be up there with some of my favorites. What about you? What are your favorite artists at the moment? More epic music. I'm not very good at drawing cats. They kind of turn into dogs more often than not. I need to practice my cat drawings. You really like this oil painter called Brian M. Viverius. Does epic artworks of women as soldiers. Okay. Let's have a look. Have a lookie. A lookie in the bookie. Oh, these are cool. Yeah, I see what you mean. Very interesting. Kind of reminds me of like, it's clearly a mix of the kind of like that like fashion art genre, but also reminds me heavily of that like pin-up tank girl type gist. Yeah, I dig it. Alright, let's continue on with this horrific cat. I think if I color it a little, that might help. I don't think that's actually true, but give it a go. Maybe it will. Alright. Oop, that's way too small. That's still too small. There we go. I'm going to put some toe beans in here. Because you can't have a kitty without toe beans. Make it a feral cat. Just like mangy fur. Yeah, maybe. Make this tongue just a little bit longer. That might do it. There we go. Now it's looking a little better. There we go. There's your doodle. It's like the cat when you see the cat you see in the street, and you're like, "Oh, is it a nice kitty?" And then you go up to try and pet it, and then it's just like, "Rah." All right, back to the actual work we're supposed to be doing. All right, this is looking pretty gooder. Cat's the best. See, I don't think so. But I know you guys do, so I will concede for now. You guys are way more into cats than I am. I can't get behind cats as a concept. My self-portrait. Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? Originally, it wasn't supposed to be like super self-portrait-y, but it just is. This is just me now. We're sort of going for the nebulous, like, hobo. Adventure-y hobo, but it's totally a self-portrait. Yeah, it is. Ah, well. Space Hobo Chris, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, the lights are flickering. Alright, that looks pretty good. I'm going to put some very, very brief shading into the background here. I mentioned something before about ghosts. Yes, I dislike ghosts. I've disliked ghosts for quite a long time. But mainly my issue or concern with ghosts is that I don't want them to be around me. And Cog likes to pick on me for this fact, usually. But yeah, I've seen ghosts before, and that's the issue. A lot of peeps that I know that will like joke about it and be like, oh, you know, why are you worried about ghosts? Why are you scared about ghosts and stuff? My concern about them is that I've had experiences with them in the past that have been quite bad. And so, I just don't want them around, really. But like, there were ghosts at, you probably knew this, there was ghosts at SCA, at Callum Park. You've also experienced something that you thought might be one? Where we studied? Yeah. Yeah, Cal, our awesome workshop tech, took us around to like show us all the places where the where the ghosts are. Yeah, there's a lot of them. You have visited quite a few times, yeah. Unsurprising at that place. For those who don't know, or watching on the VOD and are confused about it, Callum Park, which is the campus that our art school was on, was an old mental asylum, which is very fitting for an art school. Yeah, they obviously had a lot of deaths there, and so they had a lot of ghosts there, and there's a lot of like derelict buildings around the place as well, so made worse, unkempt spaces and stuff, attracting all manner of creepy crawly. Ceramics Head at the time. She said she was going to take you to the dungeon, so she never did. Above your studio on the 4th floor is a door to nowhere. And the top level live drawing room? Yeah. Yeah, there's a few of those sorts of things. So we went down to the dungeons a couple of times. There was a lot of orgies in the dungeons. So, you know, possibly a good thing that you didn't end up going down there. Although, I don't know, maybe you wanted to be in orgies. But yeah, there was a lot of like weird things in and around the sculpture department. There was like parts of the building that were like completely blocked off that you couldn't get into. That they just like didn't use anymore because too much weird shit happens there. So they're just like, nah. Which is kind of crazy when you think about it. Especially given that they were like dying for space. You didn't know about the orgies down there? Also the torture room, yeah. Well, Dead Space was the old morgue. The gallery, Dead Space, which is like the student art gallery, was the morgue back in the day. So, that's a thing as well. Tiny building out the back of ceramics. Old rusted chains on the walls. Ooh, interesting, interesting. Yeah, there were some particularly creepy places. There is my Instagram, ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to go and check that out. With loops attached to the brick. Yeah, so the place was actually used to house like the criminally insane. So it makes sense that that there were areas that were like just crazy, I guess. Is what I'm looking for as a word, but like specifically that What am I trying to say? That there would be like things that would look like torture spaces. Yeah, and then the wards were converted into studios. Mm-hmm. But yeah, some suspicious and dodgy shit definitely happened there. This was back in the day when people didn't really care as much about the That is not what I went to do. Oh no, I can't see the line. I think that's straight. That's straight enough. Now, how high do I want this? I think from memory it was supposed to be like this high. Does that look right? Do I know much about the sculpture studio? Not like excessive amounts. They told us little bits here and there, but it like not to the degree that we probably would have liked to know. I'm gonna get rid of the brickwork background here. I'm going to leave this one thing, because it does actually look pretty good, and it will be a good marker of like how big the brick sections were originally, or how big I wanted them to be originally. I think I'm overdoing it with the erasing here, but that's alright. We'll what we can. Get rid of this one because I don't need it anymore. Alright, and then we'll go back in and just fix these up. Ooh, that's way too small. There we go. Hydrate, thank you very much. Secret Sitter, you got your Secret Sitter photos and you started on a concept for it. I forgot to send in my photos, so they reminded me, so now I have sent in my photos, so hopefully I get my photos soon. Hello, raiders! Thank you very much for raiding into me. I'm not sure how much longer we'll be drawing for, but I want to draw for a bit. So we'll be here for a little bit longer. My name is The New World Artist, if you haven't seen me before, though I'm sure you probably have. How was your stream? Chaos? You were streaming Stray, weren't you? This is what we've been doing. We've been drawing this this lovely hobo man. How is Stray? Are you enjoying it? And we also did this lovely doodle, inspired by kitties and strays. Yeah. How'd you find it? Are you enjoying it so far? What do you think? Do this. This is not the best way to do this, but oh, that did not do what I wanted it to do. Ah, I copied the wrong layer. That one? No. This one. This one. It was buggy. Your computer is playing up with streaming and playing it, so you'll have to look into that. Okay. There are creepy hamster spider bacteria things that try and kill you and scare you half to death. That's adorable. I have also got the game and I'm planning on streaming it, which is exciting. So we want it to be there-ish. I'm just gonna put my finger on the screen here. Do it that way. Nope. There we go. And then we want to erase this a little. Slightly, you didn't sleep well last night, and you went to work today, so you're very tired. Oh well, absolutely go and get yourself some rest if you need it, which you almost certainly do. Self-care, after all, is the most important thing. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid. Much appreciate. We have an awesome little stream community here. But a few more hours. It's not like it's been 48 hours since you slept. Go to sleep. Jeez. Crazy woman. Yeah, my beautiful Lizzie Bell has also been overworking herself. Which she kind of can't help, but because her work needs her a lot. But yeah, she's working too hard. So one, two, so I only really need two more. Let's just do this. What are you still doing awake? I'm sleeping, I swear. Fair enough. Alright. She's adorable. My beautiful love. I do have both the dogs. They are both slept here on the couch. Yeah, they are weirdos. But they're our weirdos. Lizzie, one eye open. Yep. I have no idea how she's still awake, honestly. I wouldn't be. Alright, is that not straight? It is not. Is this gonna do a stupid? Won't let me. No, it's not gonna let me do it. Alright. Let's just undo that. We'll just take what we can take. Alright, so the idea is we then do this. And then you go to bed and hope you crash. Enjoy the rest of my stream. Thank you very much. Yes, bed is the best place for you. Go to bed. Resting is important. Alright, now that I've got a few of them in, I'll go in, clean up some of these edges, and then I can just copy and paste from there. Oop. Don't move it. Draw. Stop erasing. I want to draw in these lines here. So these are far too clean for my liking. So we'll go in and mess some of them up and fix some things up. But that's generally the faster way to make it look nice and clean. To make a lovely brick wall. Alright, copy. Paste. Oh, I've done a stupid. Yeah, no. Actually, no. If I leave a gap... You may also go soon as you are tired. That is perfectly fine. You go when you need to go. Do not fret. So I need this middle piece here. I'm just gonna nick this whole middle section. On this layer, copy, paste it, and then drag it down. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody, really. But you all for joining me tonight for our lovely art stream. It is always lovely to chat with you, my lovely friends. So I'll move this one. There we go. There we go. Oh, love you too, Bubs. Yes, we will see each other soon. Thank you. I'm glad I'm on the mend too. I'm glad you are also. Bye-bye. Alright, I think if we do this... Love you too, Bubs. If we do this... That'll fix the problem we had last time. This music is kind of cool. Digging that. Alright, scroll down a bit. Oh no! Quick, quick, change over. We can't ride this train. Ah, funny. If Cog were here... Oh, an Anarinth. Yes. I'll catch an Anarinth. I hope everybody is having a wonderful night, day, / evening, / morning, / whatever it is for you. So we're continuing on with drawing this fella. The general idea behind this is he is an urban druid, an urban shaman. Sort of playing around with the concept. Cool, that works. No one caught it, rude. And then we'll do one up top. So it needs to be this one. There we go. Alright. So, I'm going to erase the bits in the background here that do not need to be over the top of things. So, like over the box. And over our gentleman here. There we know. Now we have a fairly uniform brickwork behind him. Let's be careful to leave that bit in because that works with our line. And the general concept we were having here was like, for those who are interested, there is our Discord. If you have not joined, please do. But yeah, the sort of the concept we had was this kind of urban druidry. That is not the right layer. That is the right layer. As this what am I trying to say? Like a way of connecting to the spirits and the earth in a place that doesn't have a lot of like the natural world elements that you would normally use. For those who are familiar with druidry or shamanism. And so the concept we have is of this sort of wise man figure who is very divorced from the world he is supposed to be in, and so instead he's sort of just connecting to whatever he can connect to. So the concept I have was like all of the natural materials that are used to make the various unnatural things in our world, and how would those spirits then talk to like a nature practitioner? How would the stones in asphalt, or how would the stones in the brickwork talk to? Have I done too many lines there? I have. I think that's fine. How would they talk to this kind of figure here? So I thought that was an interesting, fun concept that we could play around with. So we've got this figure here. And the plan is to animate this. So this whole thing is going to be animated. And the plan with the animation is to like have all of these bricks move and change color, and have like little spirits appear over the top of the figure, and have the ground move, and all that kind of stuff. So we'll see how well that works as a concept. This is looking pretty good so far, though. I am enjoying this. I hope everybody else is enjoying it too. I do very often just to make art for myself. But part of the point of streaming this is that it is appreciated by more people, so I hope you are also enjoying. Please do let me know if there was something in particular you would like to see. I do have a suggestion box down in my About Me section. You are very welcome to DM me or PM me or jump on the Discord and try and bug me there. I also do have like a requests redemption in my channel points there, so you can get me to do a random doodle, or you can get me to make a particular artwork, or I can do a commission for you, depending on what it is or how much it is, for channel points. Alternatively, if you particularly like my art style, either my digital or my traditional work, and you would like me to do an actual proper commission work for you, my commissions are open at the moment. So if you've got the coin, I've got the goods. All right, how's that looking? Not bad, not bad. I do sort of want to just like color this whole thing now, though. What I might do is I'm going to color the background layer. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Maybe a bit lighter than that. chiptune music. Gotta love it. So I did color all of this when it was all stark white. So most of this was color mapped to white. So let's make sure that we go back and fix that. There we go. Cute. I probably want to put like a poster or something in here. I don't like that everything is really uniform about this brickwork. But we might change that later. The sort of the concept I have is like let's do it in blue. The concept I had was sort of this general idea that like the bricks would be like colored ever so slightly in like the pattern of something. Probably a bit darker than this now that I think about it. And that would kind of like shift around the space. If I can just get rid of that. And then I was thinking I probably do want to colorize his eyes just a little. Enough to be like I don't know. Something like that. But they'll like shift and flash a little. But that's sort of generally the idea I have for this. So I was thinking of putting like a bit of I don't know, poster shit or something in here. So we might just draw it over the top here. Like someone had put a poster up, and then it's been ripped down. Is sort of the idea. Really shouldn't be doing this from 15,000 feet out. But, zoom in and do this properly. There we go. So this is a thing with sort of wide portraits with a lot of landscape in them. Adding in this sort of wider detail helps to build in a sort of a sense of logic and realism into the piece. it will make more sense visually and to the eye that, like, there are imperfections, that there are asymmetries. That's not lined up. And I need to turn it slightly. That's better. Is this? It is. Dark Claw. So we might do another one of these over this side. Slightly bigger, approximately the same height. Because it would make sense that someone like posted a couple, was trying to be a little edgy about their placement. So this hard outline is probably not the best for this, just because the rest of the image is not super hard outline of everything. But we'll see how we go with it, see if it helps the image or not. And then I want to put a faded something. Ooh, that's way too big. Just like a... This was an actual poster of something at some point. That is erasing, not drawing in. Ugh, that's annoying. Yeah, turn the opacity way down. And then see if we can put in a light background. Now here's the tricky bit, because we actually want to go over it slightly. And then erase back to the line. This one's fine with nothing on it, I think. Just clean it up slightly. Are a little strong. That's the layout we want. Alright, we have been streaming for 3 hours. It is now 11:30. I think it's probably about bedtime. Let's see who is up for raids. We have a few art streamers. We've got choices. If anybody in chat has a preference on who we raid into, please do let me know. Because at the moment I'm not really sure. I'm going to save this. We're going to export it as a whip. That does. Oh yeah, not too big. And we'll also save our lovely kitty here as well, I think. Though this one is do it as a JPEG. And we'll probably cut its... Actually, before we do that, we're just going to crop. Because it doesn't need to do this big. What are we listening to? There we go. Stray noodles. And we'll just export it as JPEG. What do we think? 70%? So I don't want it to be like... Yeah, that's good enough. It doesn't need to be high quality, this one. It is not at all good work. Yeah, well, let's fix it up. Fuck it, let's make it better. Before we go to bed. You can go on the Instagram or something. It's got such a derpy face. I don't know if I can be bothered. I mean, I guess the derpy face is part of its charm. Yeah, fuck it. We've saved it already. It's fine. Yeah, so no one's got back to me, which means people probably aren't paying attention or they're lurking. So we have options for who we're going to stream into. We can stream into Frax, Fraction Plays, who is doing some PUBG Battlegrounds. And I think that would be nice, just because, you know, give back to the streaming community that we have enjoyed and been with. The other options are James B. Barrow, obviously, or Buttery Smooth. Oi, oi. Both great options as well. And they're actually doing art things, but I'll be honest, I don't think that my folk that are watching currently are watching. And if you're watching this on the VOD, you won't come with us on the raid, so that's fine. I hope you had an awesome time watching me do some drawing. I might turn this one into a time-lapse, just because, you know, it makes sense to do a little time-lapse-y do with this one. I don't know how quick I can get it while still keeping quality in, but we'll see how we go, and that'll go up on the YouTube. And then we'll work on animating this one next time. So that'll probably be next week job. Maybe the weekend. I keep saying that we might do more streaming over the weekend because I would like to. I would like to do more streaming, but we never really got the time. So I don't know. We'll see how we go. So thank you all for joining. Let's decide. Let's pick someone. Nope, that didn't help me. That wasn't a someone. I don't know now. Actually, I'm just sat here with the paralysis of choice. Right, let's roll a dice. We'll go. If it's odds, we'll do an art streamer. If it's evens, then we'll rate into fracs. Evens. Okay. So we are streaming to fraction plays. So let's open him up. And we'll jump into raid. We'll probably be streaming tomorrow. If we I don't know why we wouldn't be streaming with streamy friends, but if they're busy, then we'll probably try and stream something. I don't know. We'll figure something out. Maybe Stray, maybe one of the other games. But I think it's Cog is probably going to want to stream with us. So we'll be doing something like a GTA or a Sea of Thieves or a Valheim or something. It's supposed to be our sandbox survival, so we'll pick us something that's similar to that. Yeah, so if you are subscribed to me, you can copy my little radio down there. If you are not, then, consider it. But don't feel you have to. Make sure you're followed, because that's really awesome. You can find out when we're around. If you are not on the Discord, jump on the Discord. About me section below, all the things, blah blah blah, like, subscribe, lick rocks, whatever. And we'll catch you tomorrow. Alright, bye guys.